Welcome everybody. This is Shifty back with Garrisons, Changing the Way You Pay, Episode 12. We're going to go ahead and get started on my farmer character as we normally do. If you're first tuning in, if this is your first episode that you've seen, what this is a 30-day documentary on what I can do to make gold in 30 days without leaving my garrisons, to fund my WoW account. I haven't paid for my WoW account in over 3 months, without a credit card or anything like that. I removed my subscription and I've been paying strictly with game tokens. I'm making this documentary to show you guys how it's done. I can more than fund my account just with my garrisons on my 5 characters. If you have 5 characters level 96 and higher, you can do this in 15 to 20 minutes or less every day. Like literally, it's so easy. I'm going to teach you how it's done. I'll give you the ins and the outs. If there's any questions, comments, any tips, anything that you want to include, even constructive criticism, please don't hesitate to look me up on horde_supremacists at yahoo.com. I answer all emails through there. Again, this documentary is so all my followers and my guildmates don't have to pay to play their game anymore. It's a wonderful game to play, and it's going to be even better when you don't have to pay for it. Trust me, I've experienced it for the last 3 months. So let's get started. Here we go on my farmer character. As you know, I always loot my garrison resources first. So let's run over here and grab these guys. I get resources from my trade post. Trade post billing is a wonderful billing. You get a vendor. Sometimes it's a different vendor. It's supposed to be a random vendor every day. There's nothing random about it. It's the same vendor 3 days in a row sometimes. It's kind of pathetic, especially when it's someone like this. Like, the Drainic Dust is probably the most valuable thing on the list here. That being the most valuable, it's at 10 garrison resources per dust, which is ridiculous. Don't ever buy dust from Rib Chewer here. The only thing worth buying from Rib Chewer would be the raw beast hide. So, and then any fish, if you needed fish for any food buffs or anything like that. The raw beast hide, as I look over my the course of my characters, I have plenty of raw beast hide across my characters to get any dailies or professions done. So, I'm not going to worry about buying any beast hide today or currently. If I start running low on my characters throughout the end of the day here, I'll find out which character I have the most resources on. I'll buy the raw beast hide on that character, and then I'll send it over to the character I need. It's more efficient that way. The whole goal is to save your resources, conserve them. Like this guy's up to 5,478. I have some over 6,000. We haven't even looted them yet today. So, as the garrison resources climb, they cap at 10,000, as you can see. Capping them at 10,000 is no good. You want to spend them. So there's certain vendors. If you looked at previous episodes, I don't remember if it was episode 8, I was able to dump all of my garrison resources down to about 4K or less. With Pixney was the name of the vendor, and she has dust at 4 resources per. So that's what I recommend doing with your resources. The dust is the most valuable item there. That being said, it sells for the most in the auction house. Let's move on over here to the herb garden. I have a level 3 herb garden on all my hundreds. I highly recommend everybody get a level 3 herb garden on at least enough characters to farm the materials that they need for their professions. Now, there's a way to do this if you are the type of person that doesn't do professions. I'm going to be able to teach you a way to do that as well. It's not going to be an issue. Yeah, professions get boring. Blizzard made it so much easier when they implemented the 1 to 700 professions in your Draenor. So, that made things a lot easier. Getting quite a bit of Talador Orchid today because we've had some podlings pop. The podlings here, the reason that I make specific herbs instead of doing random are purely because of the podlings proccing. I want to be able to at least control what I'm looting from them. So every individual character gets a different assignment for herbs, and I know that those podlings are going to drop those herbs. So we loot our chest, we turn in our work orders, and move on to our mine. This is one of my favorite items in the game so far for this expansion. This Peon's mining pick does not have to be equipped, and nor do you need to have mining in order for it to work, in the sense that that Peon's mining pick stacked with one of these preserved mining pick, I can almost instant loot my ore. Makes this so much faster. And then obviously 3 stacks of miner's coffee to make a total of 4 items used, because you only get to loot 4 carts. Try to maintain. This is one of the longest journeys of our garrison chores, that's so I like to call them. Takes a moment to run through your mine because everything's on foot, but it's not too bad considering they're giving you free materials to do whatever you need with. Let's continue this on to the second. So we get this ready because they always throw one off in the water on us. Yeah, 1 card at the entrance and 1 at each wing of this cave, I guess you would call it. Loot our chest and turn in our work orders. My contact lens is all dried out. Bugging me. Alright. This farmer is herbalism and mining. That's why I have a forge, so I can smelt here. Otherwise, I could put any other building that I want. The only other two buildings I would want would be, when I'm talking about the small buildings, the profession buildings. The only other buildings I would want would be an enchanter's building, which is this one to my left, and then either a bank, which I use on this character because it is my farmer and I do post all my auctions here, or a jewel crafting hut, which would be reasonable as well. You know, considering Warspare has a auction house and a bank and everything else. Alright, off to the farm. And then we'll assess what we got on this character. You know, some of you new viewers that may or may not have seen previous episodes may ask, why is he going to Pandaria and looting his farm? Well, on two characters, and two characters only, I do the ore here. And then on the remainder of my characters, I do Motes of Harmony. The song bells. The Motes of Harmony enable me to do, a living steel transmute without a cooldown. If any of you played previous expansion and remember that, well, living steel still sells for like 300 gold a piece. Not only does it sell for 300 gold a piece, it takes 30 of them to make a Sky Golem. Sky Golems still sell for a decent chunk of change as well. I usually sell a Sky Golem around 20k. And and the remainder of the living steel for, you know, however many I make. We're going to do a bit of math at the end here when I send everything over. We'll figure out exactly what we looted. So just for shits and grins, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stack everything up on this character, except for obviously the soulbound items. All the non-soulbound materials I will stack up on this character, and we will see what we get. So those are all the soulbound items. Draenic stone from the mine, Draenic seeds from the herb garden, primal spirits from just mining and just about everything else. True steel ingots from the forge. So I got 24 of those today. And then everything else, obviously, herb garden, mine. Professions. That was my enchanter hut. And then everything else from the farm here. But we'll send it all over. We'll see what it combines to. You'll be pretty amazed, I assume. So that's one. We took an extra few minutes, so we're like 20 minutes into the stream. But it doesn't normally take this long to do everything. I got it down to 15 minutes or less on each character. We're done here. We're gonna hearth back, switch characters. Pardon me for stretching. It is kind of early for me. I've been getting up, between 8 and 9 o'clock to do this stream almost every morning. The mornings that I'm not obligated to be anywhere at that time anyway. I'm trying to be as punctual as possible and get them out and recorded and posted as early as I can each day. That way everybody who's following me can actually see everything. I'm also documenting everything or exporting everything to my YouTube channel. So the YouTube channel is Horde Supremacists as well. So feel free to check out the YouTube channel. It is open to the public. Roxy, you relax. Roxy, no. Bad girl. You lay down. Dog's acting up. It's kind of funny. She doesn't even know what she's barking at anymore. She's getting old. See, raw beast hide is today's work order, but I think I have plenty. Who do I have the most on? Shifty claws. So I'll buy a stack on Shifty claws and send it to my leather worker. It's the only one I'm concerned about. just because he uses quite a bit more. Second herb garden down. Fireweed on this character, as you've seen. And then we'll get our work order started. I have extra coffee, so I'm gonna go to 5 on this guy. Make this really fast. Sometimes I think 5 stacks is too fast. Start passing stuff up. Good one for the mini map. That's 2 mines down. Let's get up here, loot the chest, and turn in our work orders. You think that was fast? You should see when I pop dash when I got 5 stacks. It's faster than flight speed. It's ridiculous.
We will persevere. We will.
Alright. 2 glowing black rock bands. I'm not spending that kind of ore on possibly only getting 100 and something gold. I could sell the ore for more than what he's going to give me, so I would rather not do that quest. That's the only quest I don't do, is when I have to craft 2 rings. Everything else is fine. It's profitable. I just don't like to waste that many mats in the bank there. I'm gonna grab something out of the guild bank for somebody real quick. And then return the work orders. We already did. Alright, okay. Off to our farm. Let's see, we were at just over 20 minutes when we finished the last one. We're at 29 minutes. I just did that in 9 minutes. It's like nothing. Ugh. that taken care of. New guild member getting started. That's what all that typing was about. Now we're gonna get back to our garrison and we'll switch over to our third tune. Oh yeah, I want to mail all the stuff that we picked up. Well, apparently I forgot to vendor that. But just for shits and grins, we're gonna mail all the stuff that we got today to farmable except for the soulbound items. That's soulbound, that's soulbound. That's soul. That's junk. That's junk. That's junk. And the reason I'm doing this is because I just want you to see an overall accumulated amount of stuff that we collected. Oh shoot, I forgot to do my professions. Gotta get right back on here. I'm not even gonna count this crystal. You know what, I will. I want everybody to see, because I have professions too, so I promote getting your professions. It's really easy. You can just do it at the end of the after you get your garrison, you get your first building in there to level up profession or whatever, and you can do that. It's really easy. You go 1 to 700 without leaving your garrison if you have all the materials. You can buy that stuff. I mean, you don't even need professions to do the buildings. But I do the hour a day plan because just paying for my account isn't enough for me. I like to be able to help people out in my guild and stuff like that. So this is the character that I have the most garrison resources on, so I'm just gonna buy a stack of raw beast hide. Send it over to my farmer, which is not my farmer, my leather worker, which coincidentally is the next character that I'll be on, so. Go ahead and get this farm. This is my alchemist, so he goes through so much frostweed, I decided let's make him the frostweed farmer. As you can see, I've been clearing out my characters with everything but the junk. There's no extra mats. Everything that I'm sending over to my farmer today is going to be from today. So all that frostweed I just got, 46, is going to be consumed. Almost all of it, I believe. So keep that in mind. Like, there was something else that was consumed when I was doing that. See, my peon's mining pick is not working. So we have to log out, wait the 20 seconds, and then log back in. I just log back in. Much better. Alright. There's a lot of ore in the second wing today. game glitched when I looted my cache from my mine. It didn't give me anything, so it showed up in the mail from the postmaster.
What do you need? He said.
What is it?
Speak, friend. May your blades never dull.
See, the frostweed's all gone. It was 5 per work order, and then 20 for this daily thing. So I literally go through a lot of frostweed. Here's that riddle of steel I was talking about. 3 months harmony, 3 trillion bars. That's what I do with all my extra stuff, but in the meantime, I take 6 trillion bars and do my once a day daily. The trillion bars that I'm using are the ones that I've collected from the previous month. So next month's will be the ones that I'm collecting this month. All I'll do is save as many as I need, send them over to the tune so he's got them for his cooldowns, and the remainder, I just go ahead and take care of them all and get them all done, and be done with it. So let's send all the non-soulbound stuff to farmable. The living steel I'm not going to send because that's a 1-a-day cooldown. I'm just collecting them. Obviously I can't do anything with them for 30 days because I need 30 of those and 30 jars peculiar energy sources from my engineer that makes the golems. I know alchemical catalysts are not soulbound, but that's like the specialty thing that you get from your work order, so I'm not going to count that either. I don't sell them anyway. I just craft things with them. Off to the farm. the farm here, if you guys were reluctant upon doing the farm, it literally took me, I think it was 5 or 6 days of doing the dailies, and I had all my plots completed. Everything. Nothing to worry about. So, it was real quick. It was like you could literally probably do it in the time that you level your character from 90 to 100. Depending on if you don't just sit there and power level it. But if you're doing like, oh, I'm going to level it until it's rested, and then level it to, wow. That's a lot of vines. I'm going to be here a minute, guys. You have to build 50 stacks on all of these. I love when my abilities freeze up so I can't do nothing. That's a lot of vines. I don't think I've ever seen that many vines on one side before. I don't think I've seen that many vines in an entire farm, and that was only the one side. Alright. Let's get on shifty shots. set up. Alright, let's get all this stuff looted.
Looking for something special?
Alright, and a Grand Arrow Bloom is what I got assigned to this character. I don't even know why, I barely ever use it. Alchemy. Or, I mill a lot of it, so. The one that's used the least I've found is Starflower, so even though I don't have a 6th character yet, I just don't use, don't make Starflower. If I did have a 6th one, I'd probably get an extra, Frostweed guy, just because I go through so much Frostweed on my Alchemist. Let's get all this stuff turned in.
How may I aid?
These work. Alright, that one worked. So now we add that to the list. 3 stacks of coffee, and let's go to town. This is the part that I don't leave my garrison to go and farm ore or herbs or anything like that. So doing this is like really tedious for me. I'm just glad that I don't have to go out and farm it, that it's all right here for me to pick. I just wish that lazy ass worker that I put in here would do it his damn self. I should be able to loot all this shit. go, and then we can get out of this fucking cave.
Yes.
Get these profession buildings done. Again, I have an enchanter at every one. It's very profitable to create tons and tons of crystals every day. 24 days of fractured, that's almost 2.5 crystals each tune per day. That's over 1,000 gold per day right there. Oh, this one is engineering. I need an anvil.
Talk to me. I use money, friend. Glad I could help.
And then gotta get that daily cooldown done. Again, the bars that I have are from the ore that I looted last month. I smelted the 300 that I need, 300 bars that I needed for this month, sent them over, and now I'm sending all of that ore over to my farmer to prepare for next month. It's just a rotation. It's real basic stock rotation, if you will. It's like rotating stock in a store. I just try to make sure I have a stack of everything so I don't have to be running around. Let's get this farm done. This is the second character that I do the snake roots on with the ore. I'm unsure if when I get my 6th character if I'm gonna do ore or motes on them yet. I'm not sure if I get quite enough motes. That's something that I've been paying attention to this month. this shit planted. Always grab these blue ones first. They start building stacks as soon as they pop. See how that one was up to 6, the other one was only up to like 3. So the sooner you get on them, the faster they'll get taken care of. That should cover those. That this one's done. We'll just mail some crap over, make it interesting, and do the last character. Alright, so that's the material that we're using. That's not something I collected. Collected. There we go. The rest of that stuff I had. You know, once a day, you're thinking, oh, he's not collecting much out of a garrison on each character, but wait till you see it all on one character and you see everything that I've, collected just from today. Well, this one we'll start with our farm. you've seen that, but like the ability was glowing the whole time that thing was casting, and it still didn't interrupt it.
I need to target something. I can't cast that yet.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Those are all done. Now let's get the garrison done, send this stuff over, and see what we've accumulated. We're already a minute and 18 minutes into the stream, or an hour and 18 minutes into the stream, which is a little longer, and I like to carry on. I don't like to go much on more than an hour and 15 minutes, but I've had a couple of interruptions and had to do some explaining. Off to the trade post, again recapping, best building to collect the garrison resources. It collects them faster than your actual garrison cash. Highly recommend every garrison has one. I use that instead of any other resource collecting building because I don't have to leave my garrison to collect resources from that building. I just do trade work orders. I don't have to go out and trap shit. I don't have to go out and collect wood. I don't have to go out and collect salvage. I don't have to do none of that crap. It's just basic materials. Once your buildings are built and you start collecting resources, you're going to be completely self-contained. Anything that you don't have, you can buy with your extra resources. Self-sufficient is the word I meant to say. Alright. Alright. The pick is working. Let's get the other pick going. Some coffee flowing. Start cruising through this place. last wing. Just about done with all this. Whoops.
What do you want?
Mount up. What'd I say? Tomorrow I should have enough by for 6 bags. That was my goal. I just collected 24 hex weave. Another enchanter's building, like I say. And another forge, because this is actually my my blacksmith. So we're gonna go ahead and do our crafting. It's another 44 cloth today, so I'm up to 546. I'm gonna fall just short of 6 bags. Just short of 6 bags. But that's okay. 5 bags at, I know they're over 1,000 gold apiece. So let's see what we have to send a good old farmy bull. That's quite a bit of stuff. So let's log over and see what we pull out of the bank. I think we should make some more room here. Just in case. And that's all she wrote for today. That was, yes, no? Yeah, that was from the other day, so we're not going to count that. So let's see what we got here. We got 116. That's 11 fracture or 11 temporal crystals plus the one, so 12. A total of 12 crystals at over 100 gold apiece. 128 Telador Orchid, 48 Starflower, 97 the Grand Arrow Bloom, 74 Gorgon Fly Trap, 136 Fireweed. We got 4 Spirits of Harmony, almost 5. 134 Blackrock Ore, 146 True Iron Ore. Only had 24 leftover Frostweed out of all of that. 8 Sorceress Air, 15 Sorceress Fire, 10 Sorceress Earth, 6 Sorceress Water, 31 Ghost Iron Ore, 18 Black Trillium Ore, and 14 White Trillium Ore. Oh, we had more than that. When it comes to True Iron, we had 219. So that's quite a bit of mats for one day. Just think about, accumulating all that stuff. Not to mention the gold you get from your jewel crafting daily, all the soulbound items that you get that you can make all your stuff with, all that good stuff, that you're going to be able to sell in the auction house, making just cheap crafted gear where it's not going to cost you a bunch of extra mats. It's going to be real easy. I've been doing it for 3 months. I want you guys to do it too. There's no reason that any competent person that has a little bit of time on their hands, that enjoys, playing this game and has the garrisons to do it, should be able to pay for this game with in-game gold without having to pay to play. It's definitely much better free to play. I've experienced that for the last few months. So thanks for tuning in. That's closing Garrison Chores, Garrison Changing the Way You Pay, episode 12. Tomorrow, episode 13, we're going to do in 2 parts. We're going to do episode 13A, which is going to be our collection, just like today. And we're going to do episode 13B, where we're actually going to post some stuff in the auction house, and you can watch me rake in some gold. You know what? I'll do 3 parts. I'll do an episode C where you can see me pull in the gold, unless I wait till episode 13 for that. You can see me pull in the gold on episode 13 if you want. I don't know how I'm going to do it. It depends on what time I can get it all done. And I might do a little bit of both. You might see an episode 13C, and then in episode 14 I'll pull in the remainder of everything that's expired and get it reposted. But you'll be amazed at what goes on. So please enjoy the show.